Hello, my friend. Let me ask you something personal. When you think about who will stand by you in your later years, who comes to mind first? Your children? Your spouse? A sibling you've always been close to? For most of our lives, the answer feels simple: family. We're taught to believe they'll always be there, that they'll support us, love us, and take care of us no matter what. But then something shifts. You turn 60. Life slows down in some ways, but speeds up in others. Your children now have families of their own. Your friends may have moved away. Loved ones get caught up in their own struggles. And suddenly, the dependable circle you once leaned on starts to feel distant. Not by choice, not because they don't love you, but because life happens. It's in this chapter, when the house feels quieter, when help isn't always a phone call away, that many begin to feel something they never expected: alone. Not unloved, not unwanted, just unprepared for how quickly things change. And if no one told you this part was coming, it can be jarring, even heartbreaking. But here's the truth, one that brings both clarity and strength. After 60, the most powerful sources of support don't come from other people. They come from within you and around you, in places you might have overlooked. 6 quiet but essential pillars that, when built up, can hold you steady through life's storms, sometimes even more reliably than family can. This video isn't about losing hope in others. It's about finding hope in yourself. It's about creating a life where you don't have to wait for someone else to catch you when you fall, because you've already laid the foundation to rise on your own. Let's uncover these 6 pillars, your new sources of strength, and see how they can reshape your future starting today. When we talk about support after 60, many people assume it still revolves around family, and while love from our children, partners, and relatives can be deeply comforting, research tells us that emotional security, health, and long-term stability in older age depend far more on internal resources and lifestyle factors than external relationships. This isn't to say family doesn't matter, but it means that relying solely on them can leave us vulnerable. Let's look at the science. One of the most important findings from aging research is the concept of successful aging. Studies from the National Institute on Aging and Harvard Medical School consistently show that people who age well share common characteristics. They have a sense of purpose, maintain social engagement, prioritize physical health, manage their finances carefully, stay mentally flexible, and possess emotional resilience. Interestingly, these traits often predict health outcomes and life satisfaction more accurately than family involvement does. Consider a study from the Journal of Gerontology that followed over 6,000 older adults for more than a decade. The findings were eye-opening. Older adults who maintained strong personal habits, like regular physical activity, having a close group of friends, or managing money wisely, were significantly more likely to report high well-being, regardless of whether they had close family ties. Meanwhile, those who relied heavily on family without cultivating these habits were more likely to report anxiety, isolation, or even cognitive decline. Another compelling discovery: emotional dependency on family can backfire when adult children are too busy, live far away, or are facing their own challenges. This emotional reliance, if not balanced by internal strength, often leads to disappointment and loneliness, especially for women over 65, who are statistically more likely to outlive their partners and live alone. So what does this all mean? It means that support systems after 60 must be redefined. While love from others remains important, the real foundation comes from 6 key areas you can control and strengthen. These aren't abstract ideas. They're actionable, science-backed pillars that impact everything from how fast you recover from illness to how long you live. Here's how they connect to your well-being. Financial stability reduces stress, which is directly linked to lower rates of heart disease and depression. Physical health ensures independence, which maintains brain function and emotional well-being. Social connection wards off isolation and even strengthens the immune system. purpose has been shown to reduce the risk of dementia and extend lifespan. Emotional resilience is linked to reduced inflammation and faster recovery from setbacks. Adaptability keeps you mentally sharp and able to enjoy life even as things change. In short, the science is clear. Family love is beautiful, but your habits and mindset are the true protectors of your health and happiness in this phase of life. By understanding and building these 6 pillars, you take the pressure off your loved ones, and more importantly, you reclaim control over your life. You'll no longer wait for someone else to lift you up because you've already built the tools to stand tall on your own. Now, let's explore each of these 6 sources of strength in detail, starting with the foundation that holds everything else up, your financial stability. 1. Financial stability, your safety net. When it comes to aging well, nothing provides peace of mind quite like financial stability. It's not about being rich, it's about being prepared. After 60, your ability to manage your own money becomes one of the most dependable forms of support you can ever build. And unlike people, it doesn't disappear, move away, or forget to call. Think about it this way. When you're financially independent, you don't have to ask for help. You don't have to wait for a child to wire money or feel guilty about becoming a burden. You have the freedom to make choices on your own terms, from where you live, to the kind of care you receive, to the way you spend your time. Let's take Richard's story. He was 72 when an unexpected medical emergency drained his savings. He had always believed his kids would be there to help. After all, he had supported them through college, helped with home down payments, and offered loans when needed. But when he asked for help, they were dealing with their own financial struggles. Mortgages, kids, rising costs of living. It wasn't that they didn't love him, they simply couldn't carry his burden too. That moment changed Richard's outlook. He realized that love and support are not always enough. What he needed was a plan. And so do you. Ask yourself, do I have enough saved for emergencies? Is my retirement income stable? Have I minimized unnecessary spending or debt? The answers to these questions can either bring comfort or serve as a wake-up call. Start small if needed, but start now, create a budget, speak with a financial advisor, reevaluate your monthly expenses, because the truth is simple. The most reliable support in your later years won't be a person, it'll be your own preparation. 2. Physical health, your independence anchor. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life, and after 60, it either becomes your greatest ally or your greatest obstacle. No one can protect your physical health for you. Not your children, not your friends, not even the best doctors. They can advise, encourage, or assist, but only you can take the daily steps needed to stay strong and independent. Many people assume that if their health begins to fail, someone will step in and take care of them. But the reality is that most family members are already stretched thin. They may love you deeply, but they can't always be there to help you out of bed, drive you to appointments, or manage your medications. Depending solely on others can leave you feeling helpless, and losing your independence is one of the most difficult parts of aging. Take Carl, a 68-year-old man who enjoyed good health most of his life. After retiring, he became more sedentary. Days turned into weeks without movement. He figured he'd get back into shape eventually, but by the time he felt motivated, his knees were aching, stairs became a challenge, and even getting out of a chair took effort. His kids wanted to help, but they lived hours away. It was then Carl realized his health couldn't wait, and neither can yours. You don't have to run marathons. Just commit to small, consistent actions. Walk around the block. Stretch in the morning. Choose real food over process. Take your checkups seriously. And don't ignore warning signs like fatigue, balance issues, or unexplained aches. Your body is your freedom, and the stronger you keep it, the less you'll have to rely on anyone else to live the life you want. 3. Social circle, your source of connection. After 60, one of the quietest threats to your well-being isn't illness or money, it's isolation. And it often sneaks in slowly. A friend moves away, a spouse passes. Your children grow busy with families of their own. Before you know it, days go by without meaningful conversation, and the silence starts to feel heavier. Here's the truth. While family may love you deeply, they can't always be there to fill every emotional gap. They have jobs, obligations, and challenges you may never even see. Relying solely on them for connection can leave you feeling disappointed, even lonely. That's why your social circle becomes one of your most powerful pillars of support. Friends, neighbors, and even casual acquaintances offer something family can't always provide: day-to-day companionship, shared laughter, and a sense of belonging. Margaret, age 73, used to spend her days waiting for calls from her sons, but the calls became less frequent as their lives grew busier. At first, she felt forgotten, but then she decided to stop waiting. She joined a walking group, she called an old friend, she took a painting class at the local senior center, and suddenly her days were filled with conversations, joy, and community. It doesn't take much to start building your circle. A friendly wave to a neighbor, a weekly club at the library, volunteering just a few hours a month. These small steps can turn into deep roots of support. Because in the end, a strong social network isn't just about avoiding loneliness. It's about staying emotionally alive, and the more connected you feel to others, the more life gives back to you, one friendship at a time. 4. Sense of purpose, your inner drive. One of the most overlooked sources of strength after 60 isn't money or medicine, it's purpose. When the roles that once defined your life begin to fade, career, parenting, caregiving, it's easy to feel adrift. The world slows down, but inside, something still longs to matter, to contribute, to feel needed. The danger of losing purpose is real. Studies show that older adults without a clear sense of purpose are more likely to experience depression, cognitive decline, and even shorter lifespans. But the good news? Purpose isn't something that disappears. It evolves. Take George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. After decades of working, he was eager to relax. But within months of retirement, his days felt empty. He missed being useful. He missed being part of something. Then one afternoon, he saw a flyer for a local school looking for volunteers. George signed up to teach kids how to build simple machines. In that classroom, surrounded by curious young minds, he found it again: purpose. Purpose can come from anywhere. A new hobby, volunteering, mentoring someone younger, writing your life stories, learning a new language, tending a garden, even setting small weekly goals like cooking a healthy meal or walking a mile. What matters is that you wake up with something to look forward to, a reason to engage with the world around you. Because when you have purpose, your mind stays sharp, your emotions stay steady, and your spirit stays strong. No matter your age, you are still needed. Your wisdom, your presence, your care, these things still hold value. Find what lights you up, and you'll never feel invisible again. Purpose is the spark that keeps you going, and it's one you can reignite anytime you choose. 5. Emotional resilience, your inner armor. Life after 60 doesn't slow down emotionally, it just changes shape. Friendships fade, health issues arise, and loved ones pass on. Some mornings feel lonelier than others, and unexpected losses can shake your foundation. In these moments, what carries you forward isn't someone else's hand, it's your emotional resilience, the inner armor that helps you stand when the world feels unsteady. Emotional resilience isn't about pretending to be strong, it's about being honest with your feelings and learning how to process them in healthy, empowering ways. It's what allows you to feel grief without getting stuck in it, to face disappointment without losing hope, and to find light even in life's darkest corners. Helen, 75, had been married for over 40 years when she lost her husband. In the early months, she leaned heavily on her children for comfort, but over time, she realized they had their own families, their own lives. They couldn't carry her sadness for her. So she took steps to carry it herself. She joined a grief group, She journaled. She started each morning with 3 things she was grateful for. It didn't erase the pain, but it helped her move through it with grace. The truth is, no one can be your emotional foundation forever. People care, but they also have limits. It's why building resilience is essential. Whether it's through meditation, therapy, prayer, music, or quiet reflection, you must create your own emotional toolkit. Because life will test you, but it doesn't have to break you. And when you build emotional strength from within, you gain something truly powerful: the ability to heal, to hope, and to rise again and again, no matter what life brings. 6. Adaptability, your key to thriving. After 60, one truth becomes crystal clear: nothing stays the same. Friends relocate, bodies change, technology evolves faster than you'd like, even the rhythm of daily life shifts. And the people who struggle most in this stage of life aren't the ones with the biggest challenges, they're the ones who resist change. Adaptability isn't just a skill, it's a survival tool. It's the ability to look at what life throws your way and say, okay, now what? It's what allows you to keep moving forward even when things don't go as planned. Frank, 78, knew this all too well. He had always stayed connected with his friends through regular get-togethers, but over time many of them moved away or passed on. For a while he felt abandoned and adrift. But instead of staying stuck in the past, Frank decided to learn something new. He figured out how to use video calls. He joined an online history discussion group. He even made a few new friends, people he never would have met without stepping outside his comfort zone. Being adaptable doesn't mean you have to love change. It just means you're willing to keep learning, growing, and adjusting. Maybe that means switching up your exercise routine when your knees hurt, or trying a new diet when your doctor gives you a wake-up call, or letting go of old habits that no longer serve you. Adaptability is how you stay mentally sharp, emotionally flexible, and deeply engaged with life. The more open you are to adjusting your path, the more possibilities you'll discover. Because aging isn't about holding on to what was, it's about embracing what still can be. And the more you lean into change, the more you'll thrive on your terms. Let's take a deep breath and reflect on what this stage of life truly means. After 60, many things shift. The world around you changes, sometimes gradually, sometimes all at once. The children you raised are now raising children of their own. Friends you once saw every weekend may have moved away or drifted quietly out of touch. The roles that once gave your life structure, worker, caretaker, provider, may no longer be there. It's easy to feel like you're fading into the background. But I want you to hear this and hold it close. You are not disappearing, you are evolving. The truth is, support after 60 looks different than it did at 30 or 40. It doesn't come from always having people around you ready to step in. It comes from building a life that stands strong even when others can't always be there. That's where these 6 pillars become life-changing. Financial stability gives you dignity. It means you don't have to depend on anyone to make ends meet. You have freedom in your choices and security in your future. Physical health keeps you capable. Your strength, balance, and energy are your passport to independence. Every healthy habit you build today is a gift to your future self. Your social circle brings you warmth. Real connection, whether it's a neighbor, a walking partner, or an old friend, isn't just nice to have, it's essential for emotional survival. Purpose fuels you. It gives you a reason to get up in the morning, a way to matter in a world that sometimes forgets to ask what you still have to offer. Emotional resilience makes you unshakable. Life will test you. Loss is inevitable. But when you learn how to feel, heal, and grow, you become stronger than the storm. And adaptability is what allows you to keep thriving no matter what life throws your way. When you stay curious, open, and willing to change, aging becomes an adventure, not a retreat. Each of these 6 pillars is a reflection of your courage, your wisdom, and your will to keep showing up for yourself. And when you invest in them day by day, you'll find something unexpected. You don't feel alone anymore because you've built a life that supports you from the inside out. So even if your family is far away, even if the phone doesn't ring as often, you are never without strength, you are never without value, and you are certainly never too old to rise. This is your time, not to wait for help, but to realize you've been your greatest source of support all along. Now that you've explored these 6 powerful pillars, I want to ask you a simple but important question. Which one do you need to strengthen most right now? Maybe it's your finances. You've been putting off making a budget or reviewing your retirement savings. Or maybe it's your physical health. You know you should be moving more, but you haven't made it a priority. Perhaps it's your social life. You've let relationships slide and you miss the joy of good conversation. Or it could be that you've lost your sense of purpose and need something new to wake up for each day. Whatever it is, now is the perfect time to take action. Here's how you can start. Choose just one pillar this week. That's it. Don't try to fix everything at once. Start where you are and build slowly. If it's financial stability, review your monthly spending. If it's physical health, commit to a daily 15-minute walk. If it's social connection, reach out to one person you haven't spoken to in a while. If it's purpose, write down 3 things you enjoy and explore how you can do more of them. If it's emotional resilience, begin a simple gratitude practice every morning. If it's adaptability, challenge yourself to learn one new skill, no matter how small. And here's something else you can do today. Leave a comment below and share which pillar you're focusing on first. Not only will it inspire others, but it will also help you stay accountable. Let's grow stronger together, one step at a time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. At ElderSpark, we're here to guide you, support you, and remind you of just how capable, wise, and powerful you really are. Your next chapter is already unfolding, and it starts with one strong pillar at a time. Here's a quick recap of what truly matters after 60. 6 powerful pillars that can carry you through life's changes with confidence and strength. 1. Financial stability gives you freedom and peace of mind. 2. Physical health keeps you independent and active. 3. Social circle fights loneliness and brings joy to daily life. 4. Sense of purpose fuels your days with meaning and motivation. 5. Emotional resilience helps you navigate life's ups and downs with grace. 6. Adaptability keeps you open, curious, and able to thrive through change. These aren't just nice ideas. They're real sources of support you can build and strengthen starting today. You don't have to rely solely on others when you've created a life that supports you from within. Choose one pillar to focus on this week and take that first small step forward. You're not just aging, you're rising, one pillar at a time.